No, this isn't clickbait. Today, I'm really teaching you 4 free ways to gain organic followers fast that you probably are not doing or have never even thought about doing. So keep watching this video and start implementing these methods today on your Instagram. Hey, welcome to another Business Boss video. If you don't know me, I'm Samantha Kazuch, and I've been a self-employed entrepreneur for over 10 years now. Holy crap, that makes me feel old. I'm a social media influencer, now turned influencer coach, where I take everything that I've learned building my entire influencer presence before the term influencer was even a word. And in this case, now I teach and coach influencers on how to grow and monetize your personal brand on social media. So before we dive in, I want you to make sure that you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos. And if this is the first time that you're watching one of my videos, make sure you get your free Influencer Starter Guide checklist download by clicking the link in the description below, which will also give you access to my free Pays to Influence community. Now you might be wondering, Sam, why are you doing this? Well, honestly, no influencers are really talking about how they built their influencer business. And to me, I get DMs and questions all the time on how I did it, how I'm getting sponsorships, how I'm getting these hashtag ad posts, and how I'm getting paid to post. And I realized, I'm like, I need to start teaching people how to do this, because when I became an influencer, or when we were finally dubbed influencers, there was nothing out there talking about it. We kind of just found our way, made up our own rules, and did things the right way, the wrong way. So I want you guys to surpass all of the bullshit. I want you guys to know how to really run this Instagram influencer business, and what you should be doing and what you should not be doing, and how to price yourself and how to really reach out to brands and all that. So that's why I've put together this Business Boss video series. It's why I created my Pays to Influence Academy and community, because I want to help you guys do it the right way, because I wish I had that when I started, but we were the first. So here I am today teaching you how to do it. So I'm really excited to dive into today's topic. I'm gonna start with I think I'm gonna be going into a little rant first, because there's some things that need to be said before going into the 4 tips. But I promise you guys, watch all the way through. You're gonna want to implement these 4 things into your Instagram profile right now. Like after you're done watching this, I want to see it happening on your next post if you haven't posted today or tomorrow and the rest of the week and so on. All right, so let's dive into this. So this little rant here this morning is coming from just like a weekend of a lot of DMs, conversations in my community, which is all good stuff. But I want you to know that I get it. I know that you're watching this video because you're struggling to grow on Instagram. And I know that you're probably blaming the algorithm and how it's hard to grow, and you feel like you're wasting your time. But guess what? The algorithm isn't just affecting you, it's affecting everyone. It's been implemented by Instagram and Facebook because they want you to step up your game, and they want quality content on the platform. They want people engaging on the platform. It's social media. Being social means you will be rewarded for it, and being consistent is rewarding too. And many of you, well, I'm pretty much just kind of be calling some of you out right now. It's like you just are too lazy to be successful on Instagram, because a lot of you think like, well, Sam, I post a couple times a week. Like I should be getting hundreds of followers. Well, guess what? You're not going to grow on Instagram doing that. If you want to grow, it's going to take work, effort, and dedication. Like you have to treat it like a business. And it's just laziness if you think that you can throw up a post every now and then with some lame ass caption, some half-ass like hashtag stuff, and get hundreds and hundreds of followers every week. It's just not going to work. So I hear you. I see you. Every client that comes to me in my community or my academy is wondering why they're not growing. And it's because they're not putting in the work that it takes. So ask yourself, before you blame the algorithm again, are you truly putting in the work day in and day out? Did you download my influencer post checklist, and are you implementing this every single day? Because guys, I know if you are, you wouldn't be complaining about your growth. I promise you. So with that being said, that's my little reality check for you. Now let's get into these 4 tips, and these are only going to work if you put these to use every single day. So give this video a thumbs up if you're ready to take your Instagram seriously and to grow it. All right, I'm done with this rant. Let's get to the good stuff. So I'm really excited to share these tools and methods, because there are so many on Instagram that you can use to be seen by people that are not following you yet, especially if you're not hitting the explore page on a frequent basis, which is getting harder and harder to do. Tip number 1, use hashtags in your stories. So if you didn't know the purpose behind hashtags in your stories, I'm about to explain to you how they work and why you should use them. So similar like hashtags in your captions, and then that picture or video shows up on that hashtag page, your stories do a similar thing. However, I do have to mention when you place hashtags in your Instagram story, your images or video, whatever, will not always be accepted into the hashtag aggregation page, even if your profile is set to public. The aggregation of these hashtag stories depends completely on the engagement and the quality of the image or video posted. So again, you have to make sure it's quality content and engaging on your stories. With that being said, adding hashtag to your stories is 100% worth doing. And with hashtags, you have the potential to reach thousands of Instagrammers in like your region or your industry or in your similar mindset or niche across the globe. So the question is not if you should use hashtags in your Instagram story, but how, which is what I'm going to show you next. So in your Instagram stories, you can use up to 10 hashtags in a story. And I'm going to demo this to you guys on my phone, and I'm going to pull up my screen here so you guys can see how to do this to not have all the video showing all the hashtags and look bad and annoying. It's kind of like putting a ton of hashtags in your captions. It's really ugly. So here's a tip for you how to do this. And you want to use hashtags to do with your video or picture because you want that picture or video to pop up in the story feed of the hashtag, okay? So I'm gonna pull up my Instagram story page. I'm gonna film one real quick and then we can get into showing you how to do this. Okay, so here we go. Hello, what's up guys? I'm here filming a new YouTube video. Hope you guys swipe up and subscribe to my channel. New videos every single Thursday. Okay, all right, perfect. So here is my story right here. So this is what I would usually do. Okay, so with the hashtags, do a hashtag Instagram. As you can see, it pops up the suggestions down there. You want to click that because that will solidify that hashtag. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do YouTuber. I'm doing things to do with this post. Influencer, business, business cards, business woman, sure. YouTube channel, influencers wanted. Okay, there. So you guys see right there how it's so ugly. I'm gonna go to the classic font. I'm gonna make this super, super tiny. Click done. Now I'm gonna drag this down. And you know what? I'm here on the black the whole time. So you guys see how tiny I'm making this? And it's white text. We don't want that. I'm gonna change it to black. I'm gonna put it all the way down here in the corner. Do you guys see this? Where it just disappears down here? Can't really see it. And voila. And then I would put new YouTube video, swipe up to subscribe. Okay. So I would do something like that. And then I would hit send to, done. Okay. So there it goes. So that is how you can put hashtags in your stories or your pictures or whatever you put up on your stories, and then you can hide the hashtags so they're not annoying. They're not like in people's faces all the time, because I come across videos and when I see a ton of hashtags in it, it's like it's so ugly. So that is a way that you can create some hashtags, put them in there, use hashtags that have to do with your post. For example, if you're at the beach, use the beach name, locations, all of that, and then hide them. You don't have to have them out loud. Like, I mean, unless you can have one hashtag or something if you want to like have it out there, but you don't have to. So you can hide them for everyone. You don't even have to use them on every single story, but you know, the really good stories that are engaging, like, and all that. So I want to show you guys where this actually goes. So tags. So for example, if I posted a kettlebell workout today, this is where they show and end up, right up here. So you can see the hashtag, you can go search the hashtag later, and they also, that's where it will be in the stories there. You're not going to see it here in the feed. Oops. You won't see it here in the feed. Those are posts, right? Those are all the posts with captions in that, with hashtags in the caption. Up here, that is where you'll see your video. And as people go through here, I go through these stuff too. And whenever I post a hashtag story, along in my stories, when I go see analytics, the ones that are hashtag always have a higher view count. And it's not from my following, because you will see that same number usually across the majority of your following. But that huge spike is always from those views coming from the aggregated hashtag page. So highly recommend you guys start implementing that ASAP and start creating good content for your stories. Tip number 2, tagging your photos with higher influencers in your niche. Okay, so with this one, I want you to really pay attention here, because you don't want to do this the wrong way and be an annoying spammer. So in your posts, whether that's a picture or a video that you put onto your feed, you can tag up to 20 people in that post. Now, with that being said, you don't want to max out 20 people every single time, but be strategic and use this when appropriate. When you want to do this, the next time you post something, look at other accounts with a higher following in your niche and tag those accounts. So you can do maybe like 5 to 10, just don't do 20 because that's just too much. But what happens here is you're basically getting free exposure on that person's account, almost like a shout out, which I know I haven't created any videos on that yet. Those are coming, but basically you'll be tagged in their pictures section, in their tag section. So think about this mindset and why this can work well. People are on Instagram because they're bored, right? And most of us, because I know I do this, I'll be cruising on Instagram, or in some cases, like just like stalking. And I know we all get to this point where all of a sudden you're down this rabbit hole and you're on some completely random person's tagged pictures page. Like, has this ever happened to you? If it hasn't, you're lying. But think about this way, tagging those high follower account influencers and then someone else coming to that page and then clicking over to the tag post section, voila, they might stumble across your really awesome, compelling post right there. Then they click on it, they see your awesome page, and hello, new follower. So with this, you gotta do some research on who's worth tagging. And not only that, sometimes depending on the account, those people might even see the tag and like and comment on your photo. And this is huge for engagement. If you get enough high follower accounts to like or comment on your picture, that's the type of activity that makes your content relevant and helps it boosting you into the feed and also onto the explore page. So try this method out. You don't have to do it on every single post, but try it out with different accounts in your niche and see what results you get over time. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys what I mean by this. So for example here, I'm just going to go onto my explore page. I'm going to go on this girl's profile. Okay, so I'm going to go to her main page. Oh, cool. She's a workout girl and she has 1.3 million followers. Awesome. So what I mean by the tag picture section, so you have the square feed, which is like this. Then next to it, you can have, watch it vertically. And then the last one is tag pictures. So this is what I'm talking about, is if you tag her in your pictures, you're going to see, your picture will come up here in this feed. So get this, if people are coming to her page and they're like, they're going to be like, oh, cool. What has she been up to lately? Let me check out her tagged pictures, because we're all fucking creepers like that, are we not? Yeah, we are. We love to know what people are up to all the time. So here, not all these pictures are her, right? So right here, you might see another girl or guy or whatever you're looking at and be like, oh, cool, that's a cute outfit. Who's that? What is she wearing? Who is this Mindy Ray chick? Oh, awesome. Oh, cool, she's a fitness person too. Let me look at her stuff. Oh, like it, comment it, etc. So that's how that works. Like, you never know who's gonna come across you and follow you. So it's a great way to just get more exposure for free using other people's high profile accounts. Tip number 3, respond to all comments on your post, but like them later. Okay, so on your next post, I want you to try this method. Every time you post, you should be responding to the comments within the first hour right away. That is just Bible. That is just, you have to do this every single time. And then any comments that come in after the first hour or whatever, of course, you want to respond to them on an as soon as possible basis. So what I want you to start doing is, usually you will comment and press that little heart. I'll actually do a little screenshot here on my phone again so you guys see what I'm talking about. I'm getting some comments here on my newest post. So here are some new comments right here. I'm gonna reply to these. Thanks so much, girl. Okay, So you guys see that? I just responded to that to Rachel right there. So I'm just gonna comment. I am not going to hit the heart. So you see me heart, I liked it, I unliked it. Do not heart any comments yet, okay? So I want you guys to respond to every comment, but do not like or heart the picture yet, because this is what you're gonna do. The next time that you post, what you wanna do is then go back to that previous picture that you posted, and you're gonna go through and like all the comments that you got there. So this is basically going to help you, because as you're boosting your engagement, as you're getting more and more comments, basically what's going to happen is you're going to reinsert yourself back into that person's notification feed, right? So, you know, when you go on your feed, you see so-and-so liked your comment or heart or whatever it is, whatever the verbiage is. So basically, you're basically reinserting yourself back in. It's like, hey, I posted, because who knows if you're going to end up in their feed again. It's like, yes, technically you should be because they commented, but you never know. Or they're busy and they like get on Instagram way late and your post is long gone, but you're in their notifications, and most people look at that right away. So say if someone came from, for example, the hashtags page or something, someone that's not following you yet, and they just came to your page and they commented or whatever, and maybe they just didn't follow you yet. Maybe they're just like, cool, that looks really good, but they're not worthy of following yet, because people are strange. It's not going to follow everyone. We're very picky. We're very picky humans on who we follow. It's like such a big deal if you follow somebody, right? And so what you're going to do is when you like comment back, cool, they get that. Then the next day when you like their stuff, like that comment again, they'll pop back up in their feed, and maybe they'll come back to your page. They'll come back and they'll be like, oh, she posted something else, or he posted something else. What did she post now? Oh, that's really cool. That really relates to me too. Huh, kind of forgot about this account. I think I'm gonna follow them. Ding, follow. So you gotta think about this mentality of how people, you know, it's known that I think someone has to see something at least 3 times before they buy something. It's the same with like follows too, I feel sometimes, especially when you don't know anything about the person and you just don't get that instant follow for follow traction. So I want you guys to try this method out. It's been working. I've been using this and I think it really works. And it's just a new way to get people to come back to your page, even if they are following you, to comment again, like again, whatever. So definitely start implementing this tip. It's a very easy one. It's just like very easy to do. So definitely do that. And going into the last tip, tip number 4, use locations. Okay, so similar concept to what I mentioned about using hashtags in your stories applies here as well. On every single post and every story, use the location function. You can either use it for like the city that you're in, the place that you're at, what you're doing, the street, whatever is like popular for that area, whether it's location or store or whatever. But what I recommend doing is kind of mix it up. So say if you're going to the gym every single day. Okay, cool, we get it, you go to Equinox. But maybe next time post Santa Monica or Santa Monica Pier or something else around that makes sense for that location. So not only if people like go to the gym, they've probably seen your stuff already, but other people that are in the general area, they can see that too. So people go to aggregated pages for these locations all the time, especially if they're popular. So use popular ones. And I see it happen all the time where if I use locations on my stories, I get a huge spike in views on that strip of videos compared to the ones where I don't use locations. And it's not just because of my own following watching them. So the same goes for posts. You'll aggregate to the feed for that location too. So it's just a quick addition on every post that you can make to help you be seen by thousands of other accounts, especially if your content is awesome, which if you're in my Pace to Influence community, you know how to do that. So those are my 4 free ways to gain organic followers. Please give this video a like if you learned something new to implement today. And if you're still doing this and you're still not getting new followers, then it's coming down to either your CTA, your profile, or maybe both. So with the call to action on the caption of your post, I've made a whole YouTube video about this. Check out the one called Boost Your Instagram Engagement. And I go over how to create a good call to action for your posts. And if you have a good call to action, then something else is turning them off from following you. Is it your bio, your feed, your profile picture? Something is turning people off, and that's where you need to put your focus. So start tracking what images are doing well, which ones are not, and create a feed that is more niche specific. And if you're really looking to build your Instagram account and become an influencer, then I can teach you all of this in an awesome step-by-step process where I coach you in my Pace to Influence Academy. And you can click the link in the description below to learn more about that. But basically, I teach you the exact steps, methods, and spill the secrets that other influencers do not want you to know or share with you on how they get paid, that you really do need to know in order to get paid to post, to get brand collaborations and sponsorships on Instagram and all that stuff. And I'll be hand-holding you all the way through to grow your influence and position yourself as a pro influencer. And enrollment may or may not be open at the time that you're watching this video, but definitely go and check out the Pace to Influence Academy, which is at pacetoinfluence.com, and get on the email list so you know exactly when it is open for enrollment. I thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.